Are you still with the boy?
Yes, yes.
That's great news.
He's a
That's
good
amazing.
boy.
He's a good boy.
So nice.
Yeah, he's the best.
No, I'm happy to hear that.
400.
Yeah.
Holy.
Why?
Really personal with Ebony. It has nothing to do with
I haven't looked at my cards
She
yet.
said, you know what, that speech was cute and all, but
Take a hike.
just like, get the fuck out of here with that
She wants me
positivity.
to win, so I'm going to try.
Ebony, I would love for you to narrate as Kelly for the rest of this hand. That would be great.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is some
And the
real
laps disappear, they both get back to
soaking
the
wet
normal
texture
focus.
here.
Bet 600.
Kelly with an open ender and a flush
Like, I
draw
wish people
up
still
against
thought
top set after 3-betting Ebony's open.
Kelly says, aw shit, she called.
At casual games in casinos,
Ebony check calls and the
usually
king
if people are talking, doesn't it make them play worse?
gives Kelly the straight
You're giving
with
a
a
lot away
redraw
when
still
you're talking,
available.
so unless you know
Not
exactly
like
what
if
you're
you're
doing.
in the hand, but I mean like we're talking while they're
Unlikely she's up against an ace-10, but not
1500.
impossible.
setting up the suspense. Yeah.
Does it bother you guys when we talk if we're not in the hand?
Not this game. No one here minds.
No.
Please tell me if it is.
Or we wouldn't be.
I would just.
Upsetting me, please.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's upsetting Ebony.
Oh.
I don't give information. You either win it twice.
It's up to you.
I don't care.
We can run it once.
Okay.
One
And a
time.
set.
uh-oh, run it once.
Oh my god.
And the set turns into dust
Getting better.
as the straight improves to a flush.
On a setup.
Where's Jamie?
And with Ashley here, it's worthy of mention that her fiance Jesse will be a part of the 200-400 Rail Heaven game that we're putting together for your eyes and ears and your streaming enjoyment.
I think we're just calling that home game because Rail Heaven is going to be ridiculously huge.
Oh, so
Starting-
that's not even
it's
going to be a
teaser.
Rail Heaven
There's
game.
going to
Okay.
be a ridiculously huge game coming in the next few months.
Aye, aye, aye.
Determined. Like I am not going to.
I'm not getting in between the two of you.
Didn't realize I'd be overselling a 200-400 no limit game. That's pretty stratospheric by anyone's metrics. Meanwhile, two ace-kings are going to square off here. But it is Kelly Minkin who has decided to 3-bet with King-Jack, and this is ill-fated. There's some subtext here in the game as well, because you guys are all aware when one of the amateurs is in the big blind or when one of the amateurs is opened and is being isolated, and so you're playing back at one another in situations as well.
1700.
So you certainly start to suspect some
There's
speeding or
actually
some strangeness.
Earlier, when Alexandra raised and Schwan 3-bet, and I was in the small blind with 9s, and then called down on the king high. So I was like, okay, your range should be way wider than it would be if the pro opened and you 3-bet.
Right.
Spicy.
Swing and a miss.
Kelly took her shot and got out of the way here.
All right,
as
this is round 10.
Round 10.
Nemo will square off once more with Schwan, and obviously
make me
they're
all
blocking
sad.
each other's hands. Minkin would have flopped the best hand on the jack-high board. Now Nemo does have the benefit of position with the 2 overs in the gut shot Broadway draw here. And Schwan decides to check. And look at Nemo, no apprehension whatsoever in reaching for chips. 4,100 in the middle, and
Bet 1500.
in comes a bet of 1,500.
Go, Nemo, go.
And there is no real world cash value to this adoption concept that we have set forth, but
To be honest, I would be obsessed with it by now. I would be like, this 10th one is
Right.
going to work. Like,
Call.
it certainly does create an interesting opportunity to tangibly assert dominance. Oh, and look at this, the queen right away on the turn. This is going to be a chop unless somebody's hand somehow finds the muck. Nemo's thinking gin. Little does she know that on the other side of that coin, Schwan's sitting here with tonic.
3000.
I miss your little dorky jokes, you know?
Yeah,
Put together
someone's
a
got to
bunch.
do it.
All
All in.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Do I like?
If you want it,
well, certainly don't fold.
Just say call. Call. Okay. All in. Call. Can I see
turned
him?
it.
You want to give them the option if they want to run it twice.
It's a
They
cash
don't have to-
game.
They don't have to show.
We can run it
Oh,
as
you don't
many
have to
times
show,
as
sorry.
you want. I have the
Once
nuts
or
right
twice.
now.
Do you want one river or two rivers?
So the way it works is,
I can't.
Okay.
I'll just explain to you.
But how about zero
it is. So the way
rivers?
it works is if you run 2 rivers, then you have 2 shots of the pot, and if you win one, she wins one, you split the pot. And if you win both rivers, you win the whole pot, and vice versa for her.
I have the nuts right now if that helps your decision. So if you have outs, you should run it twice.
Oh, she doesn't know. Okay, she doesn't know they're splitting her.
Yeah, and she's not certain as to the terminology, I think,
And I'm
perhaps.
not lying, obviously.
We're gonna 2 rivers.
And that certainly is the kind of river that shouldn't help anybody or create any anxieties. The paired
Right,
board,
let's see.
however, could be interesting. I don't think anyone expected Nemo to turn over ace king there.
Okay, take this back. Take that back. Okay.
So yeah,
Can you see these hands sit on this?
All right.
So a slightly somber mood
25.
coming over the field as we mourn the loss of Alexandra's second buy-in, courtesy of a pretty bad beat.
That's a call.
And now, premium
Raise.
stuff spread across the field
Bet is 600.
with Kerstetter holding the aces and 3-betting.
I'll call.
That's a call. 2 heads up.
Do I take this?
for what it's worth, if you checked her, she was probably going to go all in.
And I had so
King
little.
Jack bows out, leaving Nemo to defend her open with
what I
King
figured.
Queen. An unlucky flop here as she's got top pair, King Kicker.
It's tough
There's your
when you
bet.
just shove there.
550.
I thought I should at least try to shove just in case.
The problem with that is she's probably not going to call you.
Oh,
She
sorry.
has you beat, right?
Well, you're gonna have to make
So I
it.
could have just
You
waited.
have to make
Right?
it.
Okay. Double, right?
Blocker, or you
No,
can
you're fine.
Okay.
But it's raised to 1,000.
as a
Okay.
blocker.
It would
But
have to be
That makes
1,100.
sense.
I bet 550.
Yep.
Yeah.
So slight confusion there, as typically that would have been just a call by Nemo, but instead she's being allowed to min raise to 1,100, and Kerstetter calls the extra 550. Not the kind of card that she was looking forward to seeing on the turn. And
Check.
imagine having King Jack in this spot. Would have been the nuts
Just bet.
had it been
1,000.
allowed to get there. Kerstetter's check now draws a 1K bet from Nemo. And with the texture deteriorating as it has, Kerstetter is content to check call, and the river gives Nemo top 2 pair.
About 1,000.
It's not me.
Oh, sorry.
Actions here.
So sorry.
Okay.
And that is certainly disconcerting for Kerstetter, as she is yet to act, and Nemo says bet 1,000 out of turn,
I'll stick with that.
which
That's 1,000.
she will hold true to.
Yo. I think I'm just going to give you more money. But I think I'm going to, but I have to think about it. I really don't know what to do. Like, I thought it was a set of queens. It might still be a set of queens.
Well, playing against opposition that doesn't necessarily have an appreciation for ranges presents some real difficulties in spots like this, and Jamie knows it.
Happy birthday.
And a gift wrapped 1K on the end as Kerstetter sees the bad beat.
nice hand.
Nice hand. Raise 150.
big blind.
Call.
It's overdue. We haven't heard it in a while.
You haven't, so I figured it was time
Raise
to bring it
600.
back.
Oh my God.
Fold, fold. Fold.
2 jacks have Ashley Sleeth's 2 8s in a rough spot. She calls an extra 450 after being 3-bet, and that's a troublesome board there, Jamie. 2 diamonds and a pair of 3s. The 8's an overpair on that texture. And
Bet
Lou
450.
being on the button and being on the more aggressive side certainly isn't always going to have it.
Yeah, this is a spot I'd be happy to put in 450 if I were Ashley.
Call.
Which she promptly does. Does not improve.
Check.
And has just 2 outs, barring heroics.
Bet 1200.
This is a gross spot for Ashley. You're just going to have to lose a big pot here. Especially with the flush draw on board. And with positions, Siobhan can have so many different hands here that you have beat.
Call.
And she's making that call
Fabulous. Actually, I will never forget the quote. She was just fabulous.
like she knows.
And when I transferred and moved
Now a king on the river, certainly a card that could potentially be in Juan's range, certainly if it were a king of diamonds in particular.
to like this firecracker, like
That's great
a
advice.
big mane of red.
And how milky will Lou get on the river?
Yeah, it's kind of awkward with Ashley having about 4K left.
That's actually
Does Siobhan just shove or she bet 1500?
That's amazing. Like the old like Victorian-ish. dress up
very
like-
like
Certainly the 4K comes across,
Fluffier.
yeah, like a more tempting amount to call. Now middle of the road is what she settles on.
17.
Slightly downsized
1700.
perhaps even at 1700.
In my jacket? Oh yeah.
Nice value bet though. I think some people like, clam up a little bit with the overcard.
Drizzle.
Well, we do see some people downsize on the river even though they're bluffing because they recognize at this point just how competent players can perceive that oversized bet or the meteor bet on the end as being a request for fold.
Idea here.
Nice fold.
Yeah,
Fold. You get to pick one.
Yeah,
classy.
that's good.
Thank you.
Raise 150.
Another big pair for Sleeth. This time jacks.
Raise to 300.
And again, it is Nemo
I don't care what happens.
We
who
love
re-raises.
I'm
Nemo.
obsessed with
We are big Nemo
with the way you
fans
play.
here.
Like I'm so excited. I'm so excited about your future in poker. If you ever-
Yeah, Nemo, you
you
need
ever
to start playing
decide-
poker.
I'm
Well, what kind of horse is I turned legal this year? You know.
honestly just so
She had no
confident.
idea
we
that
can
too either.
I know, it's so great.
I said
Raise.
we can
Oh.
swap lessons.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
That is now
give me a chess
1300.
lesson.
1300?
Give you a poker lesson.
Call.
And a call?
Another situation where
Lot of
Sleeth
chips
girls.
on the table
is
here.
four
I can
betting,
tell it's getting later.
but this time
Let's let it later.
Minkin caught in the crossfire.
Oh, she has a fly, right? So.
Yeah, I'm.
Stays a part of the party and hits a 3 on this
Check.
2-heart 2-7 flop.
Check.
She hasn't acted yet.
I thought I saw a hand movement, that's why I asked. There's your bet. 1500.
Sleeth betting 1500 and Nemo again with a
You were just really
quick
excited
call.
with
Really
your
excited.
hand.
Minkin convinced one of the two of them have this 3 in a world of hurt.
Ashley's got the poker face. Nemo just smiles at everyone, but nobody knows what that means, so it's her poker
Yeah,
face.
that is her poker face.
Yeah, so good. Now I got a smile from Ashley. And now a poker face
That is
from Nemo.
fun. Like, I'm just looking at that and it's like,
Yeah.
Wow.
that is 2 years of my tuition. Anyways.
Now remember, Ashley hasn't been around for all of the hands that everyone else has seen Nemo play.
Waiting for her.
So she certainly rates to have less insight as to Nemo's ranges, but she decides she's going to take a shot at moving all in here.
Make any case.
Sorry, I'll stop
No, it's okay. It's okay.
side commentating.
I like it actually.
Okay.
A little over 4,000.
There's 4 there.
Oh yeah.
So it's like 45, 46, 47, 75, 48, 75.
I'll fold.
All right.
Well, the reluctant
Get to-
fold
get to
is
pick one.
Ashley Sleeth giving you a look at some of the skills that have helped her cobble together $292,000 in career tournament earnings.